NC State. This is Nyheim Hines. And not a whole lot doing there as he'll get it up to about the 28-yard line. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. To throw on 2nd down is Love. Escaping the pressure running. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Carl Lawson in there to pick up his 2nd sack now of the afternoon.
Well, that's the 2nd time he's been sacked so far in the first half. And if they have designs on having a big year, on going anywhere, they've got to find a way to keep him upright so he can throw the football.
Luck and the Colts looking for something big here after the sack. This is 3rd and long. From the gun, here's Love. And he's got his man Hilton. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A very solid gain of 27. Luck now already over 100 yards passing in this first quarter. It's 1st and 10. Back with Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. The Colts in possession of the football to begin quarter number 2. And they're on the move here. They've got it 1st and 10. Play action. It's Locke. Ebron with it over the middle. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20.
I don't know whether I want to be a fly on the wall or not when they hear the explanation of how one of the bigger targets on the field, the tight end could be that wide open and uncovered downfield. Who blew that assignment?
Somebody did.
No doubt about it. There's no way you're not going to account for him.
Now it's Hines. And not much of a hole there as he gets it down to about the 24-yard line. A gain of 3, 2nd down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Here's Hines. 3 yards on the pickup. That's going to set up an interesting 3rd and about 4 to go.
The passing game's been working quite well so far, but the running game's been a little bit of a struggle, and that's a surprise to me. Typically, when you can throw it, you've opened up lanes for your runners.
11, 12.
Out of the gun, Luck. And that is caught. Touchdown, Indianapolis. As his guys are in for 6, and the Colts are in for 6.
Although it's more commonplace now than at any other time in the NFL, it's still tough to think about throwing a rookie quarterback right into the fire week 1. But guess what? He handled the fire awfully well and threw his first touchdown pass.
Vinatieri connecting on the extra point, and that makes the score 14-7. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Bengals heading back out there, and last year 7-9. So that meant back-to-back losing seasons for the first time since 2007-08. Now, they were able to knock off 2 teams late contending for the playoffs. They beat Detroit in Week 16, Baltimore Week 17, but I don't know that that's the silver lining since the fans are clinging to.
No, not at all. And when you just kind of feel around this team, you sense a rebuild as it...
And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Danico Autry coming up the middle, gets him there for a loss of about 9. And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. Out of the gun, it's Dalton. Now Now he'll go deep down the middle. Looking for his tight end, Eifert, and it's intercepted. Picked off near the 32. And the return this time will go out to the 42-yard line.
Well, I'll tell you, you can't fault the pass protection here. He had all day to throw, and he just couldn't find anywhere to go with the football. And quarterbacks will tell you that after a while, they start getting antsy back there. So this is just a great job defensively to stay with these receivers as long as they did.
They begin the drive with Hines. And he'll take this for about 4 up to the 46-yard line.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down. A very solid gain on that play.
Go. On. Reggie.
This is Hines. And across midfield he goes and into Bengal territory. It's a 5-yard gain, but they'll still be a yard short here with third down now looming.
I think we can safely say that those types of plays are the backbone of this offense. We know not every run's going to be a big hitter, but you know they'll take that type of result on each and every attempt.
Regular.
Luck looks to throw on 3rd and 1. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. First catch of the new season for him, and he picks up the first. Luck going to bring him up 1st and 10. And he's hit on his first 9 passes now in the ball game.
On. 53. Let it roll.
They run with Hines. And tough sledding. He'll get maybe a yard. Stop short of the 35.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
2 minutes to go here in the first half. We'll come back to Indianapolis right after this.
Alert. Gone right. Tempo.
On 2nd down, here's Love. Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Harrison. And this time not quite to the 30. It'll be down at the 31-yard line. And, boy, they had high praise for this rookie receiver when we asked the coaches about him, didn't they?
They certainly did, and obviously they liked his measurables. Otherwise, they wouldn't have brought him onto the team. Height, weight, speed, all of that. But how about what they really said? Competitiveness. That's what they really liked about him. The way he goes after the football, competes for it, and decides when it's in the air, it's his and only his.
And that'll bring up 4th down as his Cincy defense stands up on 3rd. Meanwhile, on 3rd down, they take a shot at the end zone, but it's incomplete. And Vinatieri's kick is good. And they will move up by 10 now, 17-7. So that's a 7-play drive that ultimately stalls out there at the end.
And things were a little leaky in the beginning on that drive, weren't they? But how about the front 7? As they got closer to their goal line, things stiffened a little bit, forced the field goal.
And after the made field goal, here's Adam Vinatieri to kick it away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. This offense trots back out there now, and as they do, Charles, one thing to point out that we saw a second ago are some of the new rules in the NFL this year regarding kickoffs.
Yeah, nowadays, the kickoff team, no more running starts. Remember that when you could kind of circle a guy around and here he goes? No more. You have to start, close to the ball. And when it's kicked, then you get to take off and go, so you can't build up your speed that way. Also, when you're returning it, remember those wedges that we used to say where guys would form together, 2 or 3 guys? No more of those. So it'd be a lot more man-on-man, one-on-one blocking. And also they have rules about where people have to be when the ball's kicked, where they have to be when the ball's caught. So to me, it's much more like a punt return than it is an actual kickoff return. So I'm eager to see if teams now take their punt returners, those nifty guys who make people miss in the open field, and make them the kickoff returners as well, because I think you can still get big plays in this area if you have the right people back there.
Dalton. Being chased out left. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up second down.
I hope I don't sound too rah-rah on that one, but that's the exact right throw. Either your receiver gets it or no one gets it. Give him a lot of credit for being really precise with it.
Got rid of it. No one got it. Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. Second down, Dalton. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. And now here's a timeout called by the Colts on the defensive side of the ball, as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down. To throw here, Dalton. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off around the 37.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. After the interception, it's Locke. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 38. And the return comes to a halt right at the 44-yard line. How about the big boys snagging one? You don't see that every week.
No, you don't, but a lot of them are just reliving their old dreams, going back to when they were in youth football and in high school. They didn't always play defensive line. Some of them actually handled the football, and you can see the flashback when he grabbed that one.
Their D gets the INT. Now what can Dalton do? Under pressure, and he will go down. Sacked back at the 46.
One thing that I liked about this guy during the draft process was his motor. Of course, I loved his skills, but he plays hard on every down.
And that motor on full display there as he gets his first NFL sack. Dalton throwing on 2nd down. He's going to air it out deep for Green. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
3rd and long. What will Dalton dial up? He's going to wind up and air it out. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
And now Indianapolis set to take the field. And the ball backed way up, so thinking with this amount of time on the clock, probably just sit on it, and we'll see these two teams go to the lockers.
Yeah, I don't think you want to overthink it in this situation. Either side of the ball. Just go ahead and finish up the half and get on out and talk about it.
Looking to find a lane, but he can't. Reined in at the line of scrimmage. And now the Bengal defense here calling a timeout as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1. Here's Luck now on 2nd down. Forced out to his left. Caught left side by Hilton. And he gets it up to the 10-yard line here. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down. And now they'll take a timeout defensively. After the 2nd down play, they burn the timeout, making him sweat out the final few ticks here in the 2nd quarter. The Colts on 3rd down. They've been near perfect. 4 for 5 to this point. This will be 3rd and 6. And they'll go ground game here with a tailback. And he'll lose yardage and be down at the 7-yard line. And they're going to take a timeout defensively. So with 4th down coming up, they go ahead and burn it and say we'll see what happens. So from their own end zone here, this kicks away. So we've reached halftime here on opening weekend. As we'll check in for the first time with the newest member of our Madden family, it's Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Take it away, Coach. We'll see if Week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Bengal offense now with a football first here to begin quarter number 3. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there.
But this is do that?
I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them. Again, it's Mixon. And he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up 3rd down.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Money back. Money back. Money back. Make it like a money back.